I am currently standing on the future home of Renovation Church. A little over 5 years ago, there was a vision, there was a dream, there was a mission. There was a small team of people that came together for one mission, and that was to provide repeated opportunities for people to see, hear, and respond to the gospel. Literally right here, where I'm standing, this is going to be the future home of Renovation Church, a place where the values and mission and vision of Renovation Church and our squad are going to come to life. A few months ago, I actually got to be present when Pastor John signed the papers as we closed on the property.
Congratulations.
That's it.
That's it.
It's it. It's
all done.
official. Woo! We now have 20 acres of property.
That's awesome.
For some great things for the Lord. So awesome.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Guys. Congratulations.
We appreciate it.
I love it.
So exciting.
20 acres of land here. It's a little windy. Here in the heart of Hampstead. And over the next couple of weeks, we're gonna be talking with you guys, our squad, students of Renovation Church, about what we can do to be a part of the process to help our church reach its mission of reaching every man, woman, and child. So I got to sit down with a couple of our students and have a conversation with them about just that. Here it is, check it out. I hope you like it. I wanted to start by having conversations specifically about how long you've been coming to Renovation, and then what makes Renovation Church, or what do you feel like makes our squad unique?
I think for me, I came here and I moved here and I didn't know anybody. And so coming to Renovation, you instantly feel like you have a home. And so I came and I just instantly felt I belong and, valued. And as my journey continues with Renovation, I've experienced a team that has a passion for God and a passion to further God's kingdom, and it's been so cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was so unique, because we're in a school, and I went when we were at Topsail Middle School too, and it was just, it felt like since we didn't have a building, the volunteers that came together to make it all happen, it just felt like it was such a community in the church.
Absolutely.
And it made people a part of the church like none other I've ever seen.
Meeting in the high school, and you are all in high school. So let's talk specifically about what do you feel are some challenges of being in high school?
And you have social media and you have, unhealthy friendships and unhealthy relationships, and, all that kind of leads to comparison, and then there's anxiety and depression and all this stuff. It's just never ending, and, we all go through that, and I think it's just so tough to, have all those things surrounding us, and it's when our goal is to keep our eyes fixed on Jesus. And so that's just a constant battle in high school when you're in the middle of comparing yourself to others and insecurities and following Jesus.
Chad Beach. He was saying peer pressure leads to comparison. So then you just keep putting yourself in that position of comparing yourself to other people and trying to be like them, and
Absolutely.
not having your own picture, like who you are. You follow other people's
For
comparison.
sure, yeah. It's hard to get out of that.
Yeah.
Once you're in it, it's hard to get out. Yeah.
Hard.
There is one thing that I do know to be true about high schoolers specifically, which is that you guys want to make a difference. Bottom line, you want to make a difference. You value succeeding, achieving, coming together as a group of people for a cause, to celebrate something or to achieve something or just to do something meaningful and significant. So as we think about Renovation Church right now, we're in a spot that is a very exciting place to be. We got plans for the future. We're currently portable, but the plan is that one day we will no longer be portable. We will have a home base. We will have a place to call our own. Why does that matter?
It matters for people our age to make an impact because, for instance, me, as long as I was down here in North Carolina, Renovation's been there, and it's made an impact on my life while I was going through family struggles, different things. And if we as students can make an impact on the future of Renovation, we can help Renovation impact other people's lives just like they impacted mine.
Yeah, absolutely. You're I was impacted by renovation. So now I can help out, right? The building being something that's in the future is a big deal because that provides opportunities for us to do that for other people, right? I mean, it's pretty simple, right? I mean, that's what we're about, yeah.
I think it's so significant because it's the next step, and it's a big step too. And so, you know, as Christians, when we take those next steps, God works in crazy ways. And so it's going to be so cool to see what God does and all the opportunities that we're going to have to reach more people and, you know, reach the community. And I think it's important for us as students to be involved because, you know, our actions and our effort and our commitments right now will have such a big impact on the future of our church and the lives that are going to be changed. And it's going to be so cool.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that getting a space allows us to do is that it's just more opportunities.
Yeah.
It's just more opportunity to reach people. It's a prime location. It provides us with ability to do things for our community in ways that we just can't do them right now. And I'm just excited because I think that the opportunities currently are incredible, but I think the opportunities there are, I mean, they're endless.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's just an exciting time to be on this side of it, you know, for our student ministry. I mean, we meet in homes, we do things, we're serving, we're all over the place. But to have like this space specifically for our students, let's talk a little bit about that. The students that are currently living here, that attend Topsail and Surf City and surrounding schools, and then the future students as well. Would you maybe have anything to like speak into that? Like, what does this mean for students presently that are at our schools and also students that are going to be here in the future?
Basically, for the students in the future, I serve a tent in Camp Renovate, and they're kindergartners. So it's like crazy to think that they're going to be teenagers.
Wow,
but they will one day, and they will be able to go to this new church.
Crazy.
And go to this new R Squad. So I think it's just really cool to get to see that they're going to have a home to go to, have a place, like a building.
Right.
And just go and be a teenager.
Yeah, that's crazy. You're already thinking about like, what, 10 years into the future or whatever that is, that they're going to have opportunities that are just incredible. Yeah, what do you think?
All right, like Allie said about her in Camp Renovate, I used to be in Camp Renovate.
Like
And,
as a kid?
As a kid, yeah, I was in Camp Renovate. And like I grew up in that, and then the church had such an impact on me, and it's going to have an impact on them. And it's going to be even better because we have our own building where we can have R Squads and R Squads Live and all this new stuff that we can do at this building.
Let's talk a little bit about the value in making sacrifices for something that you may never get to see and experience and benefit from. Because I think that's hard for some people, right? There may be some students watching this saying, okay, this is great, right?
Yeah.
What you guys are doing is awesome, but I'm going to graduate in, 2 years, and I'm going to move to wherever, Raleigh or wherever it may be. And maybe they're not going to be living in Hampstead or in this community anymore. Why would they want to give up their time and their talents and treasures? Why would they want to participate in what God's doing in Renovation Church right now, even though they may not be here to experience it?
Even if I don't see the final project or the product, I'll still be able to like know that I helped Renovation reach every man, woman, child that they can. And just like, even if I don't see it, it's still cool to think like I can help with that.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, what you're saying is that even if you don't see the finished product, it doesn't mean you weren't a huge part of making it a reality. Do any of you guys know the story of Legos? The guy who starts Lego originally started out in Denmark 100 years ago. He was a carpenter. He had a woodworking business that he opened in a shop like right next to his house. And one night, his sons are in there doing something. I think they were, maybe making something. The place actually catches on fire, and it not only burns the entire shop down, but it also burns their house down. This guy is looking for an easy way to make money because he had a heart and passion for woodworking and carpentry and making these big, nice ladders and tables. But now he's just got to find a way to make some money. And so he says, well, what if I make little toys? And probably a few years later, after his second business is kind of off the ground and running, he invents the automatic binding brick, which is this. Like, we all had this, right? As a kid, like every single one of us has played with this. There are like millions, billions of these things that exist in the world today. But after he made this for the very first time, he passed away and ends up leaving the family business to his son, who would then take on the brand and company Lego and would lead it to become one of the most influential toy companies like in the entire world. And I can't help but think of the opportunity we now have to make sacrifices, as little or as big as they may be, to literally be the building blocks of the future of Renovation Church. And that we would sit here and talk about all the things that we're willing to put on the line, all the sacrifices that we're willing to make in order for that to happen. And I think that we've got the same opportunity. Who knows where this is going to go, right? Like, who knows what Renovation Church is going to be? But I would love nothing more than our students, our middle schoolers and our high schoolers, to begin kind of on ground level to literally put the building blocks in place for the future hundreds and hundreds of years to see what may happen as a result of our work.